Hi there. Today I'm going to talk about block syntax in Objective-C. I'm not really going to talk too much about why we might use blocks, but I'm going to talk mostly about the syntax and really try to focus on that because it looks weird and it's kind of a headache for a lot of people. So I'm hoping that this will make those headaches go away. Let's start by creating a new project in Xcode. This can be any basic project, call it what you will. And let's get into the app delegate and remove all this junk except for the main entry point in the did finish launching with options method. And let's get right into the block syntax. It starts with a return type. In our case, it's going to be void since we're just going to log hello world. That's all we're going to do in this. It then goes on to create some weirdness in the syntax, starting with an open parentheses, a caret, the function name, followed by any parameters. In our case, this is just going to be void. So what have we done here? We have created a function name that has a return type of void with some weird block syntax just to identify it as a block with any parameter names right here. Now we're going to assign or define the body of this function. And this starts with an assignment operator followed by, you guessed it, another caret, the exact same return type that you had over here in the definition, followed by, and this looks familiar to you, I'm sure, just curly braces, and here is where we define the body of this block. So let's do an nslog hello world. Now, this is something interesting to note down here. This is a C definition, so it needs to be terminated by a semicolon. To call the function, we would call it just as we would call any other C function. Let's run this and see what happens. So boom, unsurprisingly, we get a hello world in our debugger output. An interesting thing to note is that we just wrote or defined a function inside of a method and called it and got it to do something. That might not seem super cool to you right now, but there's some interesting things that you can do with that I will describe to you in the next screencast.